How's it going, guys? Craig here with another video. Today I'm here to talk to you about the exotic sword quest. Now the reason why I'm doing this now is because it was one of the few remaining bits and pieces I had to do for the Moments of Triumph book that came out last week. So this is the last step, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, it is an absolute bitch. Now if you've already got the legendary sword, which I'm going to presume that you all have now. There's no excuse, Guardians, you can go buy it. So if you've got that, you should have the start of the exotic quest. Now, depending on what swords you pick, will change the quest slightly, but this is just going to be a generic guide. So as you just saw, and as you'll see again in a minute, the first step is to, number one, get kills with the legendary sword, depending on which one it is. And number two, you need to go to the moon. As you can see that I'm here on patrol and collect helium fragments. Now, filaments. In those filaments, sometimes are soliton flares, as you can see here. Now, those soliton flares, I'm just helping that guy. Those soliton flares drop probably 1 in 10 that you pick up. I think it's a 5 to 10% drop rate. Now, the first 5 that I picked up took about 2 hours. It was crazy. I would suggest using Spotify on the PlayStation, get a really loud playlist, get some rocking tunes going in, a bit of punk rock, and just put up with it. It's a boring, monotonous exercise, and you're going to have to do laps around the moon probably about 6 or 7 times. What you're going to need to do is get into a pattern. The helium fragments aren't always in the same place, but they will always be in the same general area. So you're going to need to look around. There are also ghosts that you can get, which can help you, identify where roughly the helium filaments are, but they're not going to help identify which ones have soliton flares within them. So I'm not going to lie to you. As I said, it's a bitch. It can take up to 2 hours. The last 5 did take a lot quicker. I don't know why. I may have just been lucky. So it could be that it may take people 4 hours to do. I'm not sure. But as I said, the first 5 took about an hour and a half, 2 hours. The second 5 was about an hour. So it was quicker than what I thought it was. Once you've done that, you need to go back to the tower. And you will get this. Tempered with soliton flares, the blade will drink in your solar light and draw strength from it. I now await material shipments from the city foundries. Return on next Arms Day, then I will be ready. Now, Arms Day falls on a Wednesday. I completed this on a Monday, which I'm sure you can appreciate pissed me off because I had to wait 2 days in order to get the Moments of Triumph book completed. But what you have to do is accept that bit of the quest, and then you will need to return on a Wednesday. So hopefully you don't have to wait too long. If you do it on a Wednesday, then you probably have to wait till the following Wednesday, so I advise you not to do that. But anyway, this is footage from today. Going back to the chirpy guy. I swear he sounds like someone from EastEnders. I'm not so sure though. So go in there.
Let's get you ready.
You'll see that the quest has changed. With thanks to the foundry, the step is complete. Now the hard part, Guardian. Eris Morn tells of 3 Wardens of Oryx who stand guard over the defiant Alakul. You must slay the Wardens and Alakul to channel their power into your blade. Now, what will happen is that you need to go to the Dreadnought. There will be a second version of the Sunless Cellstrike. You will need to go into that second version. If you go into the first one, the Knights won't come out and it won't work. What you need to do, as I said, go into the second one, and once you get to the end, as you'll see in just a moment, there will be knights. There will be 3 different knights to match the 3 different swords. You will need to kill the knight that matches your sword 30 seconds before you kill Alakul. So once you kill your knight, you have 30 seconds to take down the bad guy. If you don't do it in that 30 seconds, the exotic sword will not drop. See, as you can see here, defeat Adlen, Warden of Oryx, and then Alakul the Darkblade within 30 seconds to seal your soul edge. What I would suggest is getting into a fire team of 3, because the strike will matchmake, but you need to make sure that if you are going into matchmaking, the people with you know that you need to time the killings right. It has to be 30 seconds after you kill your particular knight. As I said, it changes depending on what sword you picked up, but 30 seconds between your knight's death and Alakul's death. And if that timing isn't correct, then you will not get the sword. So I would advise you to go into a fire team, or at least go to somewhere that, like Bungie.net, and just explain to people going in that you're doing the exotic sword quest, and you need to coordinate, even if you're doing it off of mic, just coordinate how you're killing and the timings of it. You can do it, as I've done here, with multiple knights. So I had a guy going for the a different type of sword as me. As you see, we're communicating via waves. So we were killing 2 knights, and then we smashed Alakul. See that? You can see there, that one was mine. His health is really low. And then I turned around, I got a bit lost because then everyone was in my face, and then he just started smashing him up there, shooting the brain. Now, you guys should have done this straight before. It's not a new one. Any Guardian who's level 40 should have done this strike at least once. So the strike's not going to be too hard, it's just coordinating the timing correct. So 2 out of 3 of us here got our exotic swords. Third one, I don't believe was going for a sword. So I'm not sure why he was in strike, but he was anyway. And we're having a bit of a dance here.
But they will not die away. You have given us time. Time to recover, to bury the dead, and make ready for the next shadow on the horizon.
Eris needs to go for a drink, I think. Like, she is very, very serious, very grumpy. Imagine what she'd like if she was drunk. It could be quite funny. No rewards from the strike either. Use the 3 coins and no exotic drop, no nothing, which is a bit rubbish. Anyway, you need to return to the tower once you're done with that. And speak to EastEnders Mad, what's camping waiting.
Let's do this.
And finish the quest, and you get this little beast. You return victorious with a new blade, one that deserves a new name. I dub it Razelighter, for it will burn. Anyway, the rest of that's kind of irrelevant. So we'll pick up the sword. As you can see here, that completed my moments of triumph, which I'm so glad about. I had 3 steps remaining when the book came out, so I'm glad I got that done fairly quickly. My job now is going to be to help others. I've got a couple of people in my clan that I haven't done raids yet, so I will be helping them through that. So there will be a guide to raid coming up, but realistically people should have done raid by now. These are just the perks on the sword. To be honest with you, I probably won't be using it that much. I don't really like swords, but it's just something that I had to do in the meantime. So we'll get away from Lord Shax for a while. And then the awesome moment where we go into moments of triumph and finish the quest. Rank 5. Claim the emblem, which is an awesome one. Book complete. And that is it, Guardians. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do like and leave a comment if you have. And I shall see you in the next one. I've been Keifski, weapons free.